You're listening to the Small and Supercharged podcast with Ria Freeman, episode 120. Well, hello and welcome to today's podcast with me. It's a solo show, but it's going to be a good one. I mean, obviously they all are. But today I'm going to talk about a new feature for Instagram. By the time you listen to this, it would have been out for a couple of weeks now. But I am a big fan and I have seen quite a lot of them popping up from people that I follow too. And today we're going to talk all about Reels. These are Instagram Reels and you've probably seen them in various different places and they are really good. So if you don't know what Reels are short up to 15-second video clips that are hosted on the Instagram platform. Now they actually have got their own Reels tab. So if you go onto anyone's account who uses Reels, so I'm going to use mine as the example. If you go onto my account, for example, just above my grid, you can see the icon that denotes that you're looking at the feed post. The next one along, which is a bit like a clipperboard, but it's not called that. When they had at the beginning of the films, clipperboard. It'll come to me later. With basically the play button icon, that is the Reels one, and that sits next to between that and my IGTV icon. So if you tap on that on mine, for example, I have done a good few Reels and I've got a good few more to come that are all hosted there. So a bit like IGTV, it's got its own separate tab. Also like IGTV, it can be shared onto your grid when you post. So with IGTV, you can share a preview of your long video. But with a Reel, because your entire Reel is 15 seconds long, it can be shared onto your grid and it can be viewed that way. The great thing about this is that you are leveraging your existing audience in order to view your Reel, but we'll get into that a little bit more later. Now I'm going to quickly tell you a little bit about them and how you can utilise them. So as I said, a Reel is an up to 15-second clip, and I say up to because if you want to record a Reel that is very, very short, you go for it. But the idea is they are short, punchy little videos to kind of entertain and delight. Now, at the time of recording this, Reels are very highly prioritised in the Instagram algorithm. So if you go to your explore and search function, if you're anything like mine, Reels is the first big thing you see. The chances are as time progresses, they won't always be in that position. But if you have a quick scroll through, you will see that Reels is very, very prominent at the moment. And as I scroll through as well, I've then got, a big video, and I have got other sections where Reels has been prioritised again in larger boxes too. So it's fair to say that that is definitely a thing that's happening at the moment. And that's good if you're an early adopter, if you're kind of interested in trying to get the most out of Reels. But I don't want you to worry about them because actually they're very much like stories. If you've used TikTok, you could well see a bit of a resemblance there, perhaps. So don't think, oh God, it's a whole new thing to learn. It isn't. It's just a short video. So I'm going to quickly talk you through how to get there. So all you need to do is go to your home page. So press the home button. Top left, the way you record stories, tap on your top left camera button, and then at the bottom on mine, because I've got the more recent version, more recent update of the kind of stories function, I've got live to the left, story in the middle, and Reels on the right. If you've got the older version, it might all be along the bottom and you might not have the other bits up the side, but it should be at the bottom. And then slide to Reels, and then you're in the Reel area. Now, with Reels, you can either record straight into the app, or you can use pre-recorded video to make your Reel. You can add in pre-recorded videos of different lengths to make up your 15 seconds. And also, even inside the app, you can adjust the length of your clips. So I'm just going to mess about here whilst I'm chatting.
Sometimes you can see a video on Reels or IGTV or anywhere else and think, wow, that looks really, really complicated.
So that's one I'm going to put on now. But when you tap on it, if it's longer than 15 seconds, or even if it is actually a very short video, you have got a timer slider in there that you can adjust to decide how long you want that video to show. So if you have recorded a video that includes you kind of faffing up and getting set up, then your little bit in the middle that you want, and then the end of it as well, and you haven't pre-trimmed it, you can do that inside the app. You can also record straight into the app, and you can do, again, as many short clips as you like. So the great thing with Reels is it's got some functionality built in which is different to just a normal video. If you have a business account like me, you may find that you are not able to access the audio or sound function within Reels. There are some business accounts that can, mine cannot. If yours can, I'm very, very jealous of you. But if not, then that's fine, you've just got what you've got. And the thing is, when I use Reels, or most of the Reels that I'm doing are like quick tip videos. So actually, although if I was doing it on TikTok, I probably would have some background music there, it's not the end of the world for me because I'm going to be talking over it. It's not like I'm setting something to music or I'm kind of doing something that would generally be silent and music really helps. I'm not saying it wouldn't help, but I don't have it. So we've just got to remember what we've got. So if you have a business account, don't think, oh, this is a nightmare, I don't have music. Think about what you can do within the account, within what you do to promote what you do that doesn't need you to have music. And that can be, I think I could probably think of something for every single job that doesn't need music. Any kind of tutorial, how to, top tip, quick tip, anything like that would be so good on Reels. So think about, I do obviously quite a lot of social media tips, and the one that you heard earlier was part of a tip to do with editing for Reels. But if you're a photographer, do a tip about standing into the light or standing away from the light and visually show us what you're doing in 15 seconds. If you are a shop, maybe show us how something works within 15 seconds, maybe open something up or show the inside of something, or talk about a pattern or a design that you've created, talk about a new piece of artwork, talk about something that matters to you or a cool thing that came through the post or something that you're really excited to introduce to your range. You can do that in 15 seconds and you can do that without music. But inside the app, what we've got is we've got a few options. On the left, we've got the speed. And this means that you can record, as said, into the app and you can either speed up or slow down what you're doing. I did do a reel about this a few weeks ago now where I went through a few of the different things, and one was speeding up and slowing down. So if you're filming something that's an action shot, great to have that in slow-mo. It'd be a really effective way of doing the first bit fast, so record that as one part of the reel, then do the second bit in slow-mo, and then you do the third bit in going quickly. It's completely up to you. But you can do that straight into the app, and you can do different parts of the reel at different speeds, which is really cool as well. The next bit down here is effects. And this is like a filter, or an AR filter more specifically, which means augmented reality. So here you've got quite a few different options. I've got freeze frame, I have got never have I ever, I have got ripple, I have got silly face, I've got all sorts there. I don't generally use filters on Instagram, anywhere actually, but with the AR effects, and I think these could become more and more interesting. I did ages ago, I did a podcast, I think, or was it a blog, about Kylie Jenner, who had used AR filters on Instagram to basically put different colours of lipstick on people. I thought that was such a cool idea, such a clever way of marketing to show people how they would look with different tones of lipstick on. So the AR filters, I think, could actually develop and be really, really exciting. But at the moment, they're a bit of fun. So if, again, something to have a bit of a play with, and I'm sure more and more of these will be added, because what it is not only Instagram who provide these effects, lots of different people do. And in addition to the ones provided, you can browse as well and find others. So that's quite a cool thing too. We've also got timer. Now, if you are recording into the app, the timer is brilliant, because if you think you've got 15 seconds, you might want each part of a clip to last for 5 seconds, and you can actually set the timer before you start filming, so it cuts off rather than you having to go in and then re-edit it. So that can be really, really useful. You just adjust the timer, and when it gets to the end, it will stop. And it will also count down before the recording starts. So you can get yourself all set up in position before you press go, before your recording actually starts. So that's kind of the basic layout of it. You might just have a 15-second clip that you've edited in different software that you want to upload, and if that's the case, that's absolutely fine. Like, you go for it. It's just really useful that if you want to put it straight into Instagram, into Reels, you have got the option to do that. So that's really handy. Then what you can do with whatever clip you have taken, then you move through to the next part of the Reels app. And this is a lot like Stories, where you can add text, you can add tools where you draw, you can add other elements in, some stickers, some GIFs. There are things you can add to your Reels in the next part of the Reels app as well, which again, really, really useful. And you can do this whether you've recorded direct into the Reels app or whether you have used pre-recorded, pre-edited footage. So that's a really handy little tip there. So when you have then added your pre-recorded or your reel, you can add all the bits we've talked about, and then you press the tap on the right hand button and you go through to the final page. Now this is a lot like IGTV. So with IGTV, you upload and you have the ability to either pick a cover from the reel that you've recorded, from the IGTV you've recorded, in the same way as with Reels, or you have the ability to upload a cover image. Now, if you're going to add your reel to your grid and allow people who are viewing your grid to see it and have it in the general feed, then I think adding a cover image is a really good idea, because it just helps you to kind of maintain that aesthetic. So when I generally do a reel, I would probably create something in WordSwag and put some words over an image, so it is a very clear indication of what you're going to expect by tuning in to that and watching that reel, so a top tip on something. So I would use the cover image for that, and you can just upload that straight from your camera roll when you've recorded it, or you can pick an image from your clip that you've recorded and a frame that you can pick there. Then you write your caption, and you can add your hashtags there too. Then you'll see it says also share to feed, and that's just a slider, again, just like IGTV. But actually another thing you can do is you can create reel style content and share that as a story. Because Reels have got built-in functionality there, you may decide that you really want to show something that's been slow motioned. That's not a phrase, that's what my children would say. That's been slowed right down for Reels, or the speed's been increased to make it more comical or to get through some more content quickly. And you can use that functionality inside Reels and then just share it to your story. Of course, when you share it to your story, it will disappear after 24 hours, like all normal stories, even if you do it through Reels. The only exception being if you save to highlights. But if you wanted to last longer than that, I would publish it as a reel. You can still share that reel up to stories, just as you would normally share your content. So paper airplane symbol, tap on the paper airplane symbol, it shares up to stories. You add your hashtags into the story, colour match it to the background, whatever. But you've shared that up there, and that's the way that you can make your reel work on a story, but also it just lives for longer. Because like an IGTV or like a feed post or a grid post, Reels stay until you decide to delete them, which is great. It's a really useful little feature. So it's, as I said, there are similarities between Reels and another very well-known app, but don't let that discourage you. One of the great things, because I am on the other well-known app, and I enjoy it for different reasons. I enjoy consuming the content there, but I have obviously built my following on Instagram. I've spent a lot of time building that following on Instagram. So what Reels has allowed us to do, perhaps, is to capitalise on our existing following and the existing kind of place that we've created all that content, to tap into a trend and a way that people are happy to consume their content. And these 15-second short video clips definitely seem to be well up there. Now, there isn't the same amount of functionality in Instagram Reels versus something like TikTok, but that's not to say that as time progresses, it's not going to get bigger and better. The point is that it was only launched a few weeks ago, and already it's making quite a dent. The thing is as well, if you want to consume Reels like you do with TikTok, the same kind of thing, you can absolutely do that. So if you are watching a Reel and you tap on the icon on the bottom left, you're then able to scroll up through Reels just like you would do with TikTok by essentially swiping up to go to the next one and the next one and the next one. So it's been designed, that part of the app has also been designed to be very user-friendly and to allow you to consume the content quickly, and how you do with other platforms too. So it's a fab app. It's a really, really good app. I really like it. I think it's a really fun addition to Instagram. I enjoy creating the content for it. I enjoy watching people's Reels content. And I would really urge you to have a go. I know when places change, when platforms change, they introduce new things, they change things, it can feel quite scary. And we can think, oh no, it's another thing to learn. But this has got so many similarities to Stories. It is so similar to Stories when you get into it. Yeah, it has got extra effects, 100%. It's got a few extra effects that we can use for our own advantage if you want to. Or you can just upload a pre-recorded video, just like you would do with Stories, get that into your reel, and then add your GIFs, add your stickers, draw on it, add some text, whatever you want to do. Then move through and get your caption written. So think of it as kind of a Stories, IGTV, feed hybrid. Things that you're going to be doing at each phase have been done before inside the Instagram app in different ways. The only difference is really the effects, the fact you can speed up or slow down quite easily within the app, and the timer function as well. Although, you could argue that Stories do count you down. So lots of things are similar, but have a go. And if you have a go, I would love you to let me know. When you do it, when you do your reel, if you share your reel to Stories, please do tag me. You can hide the tag, you can just colour match it to the background, but I'd be really, really keen to see you have a go at this. I promise you it's not scary, and I promise you might even enjoy it. If you enjoy Stories, if you enjoy IGTV, the chances are you're going to like it quite a lot. So I hope that's helped. It is definitely a whistle-stop guide. It's a fast guide, but I wanted to get something out there quickly. It's something that in the various groups I work with, I know next month we're going to have a masterclass on it inside Mastermind. So it's going to be a lot more in-depth information. Now, if you're a mastermind, you're in for a treat. But I hope that's helped you to have that kind of background and to know the kind of thoughts behind it, how it works, and how you can utilise it for your account too. If you are interested in Mastermind, we now have got an application form process, which is really exciting. Mastermind is my top level membership group, and each week members receive a live Q&A with me, and in addition each month members have a marketing masterclass, a mindset masterclass, and access to free stock imagery by the incredible Sophie Callahan. There are also various opportunities posted in the group, and we've just started a really cool little thing called Tea Break Tuesday, where each Tuesday I chat to one or two members of the Mastermind group inside the group so people get to know them better and they can introduce themselves and their businesses to everyone inside the group. If you'd like to know more about that, please go to riafreemanpr.co.uk and just select Small and Supercharged Mastermind from the very top and find out more about it, fill in the application form, and it would be really lovely to see you in the group. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. I have really loved chatting you through Reels. I hope you found that helpful. As always, if you have listened, please do screenshot, please share to Stories, and please tag me. And please do tag me in your amazing new Reels too. Thanks so much for listening.